Scorpio rising, Scorpio sun, Scorpio moon. How you doing out there? What's new in your world? What's new in your world? So hyperindependence is also a trauma response. Who? I love you. I love you. I know. I just literally recognize that this is going public because this whole reading is from my Patreon group, my private Patreon group, but whatever moon this is falling in, I post it publicly, and I just recognize that I hit the world between the eyes on that one. So that just, my apologies. But, yeah. I was just literally checking in with your energy, Scorpio, sun, moon, rising, and saying like, yeah, how you doing? You're like, I'm great. I'm on my own. Yeah, nothing happened for that Jupiter-Uranus conjunction in my house of relationships, so I'm good. I'm fine by myself. I can handle my bag. I can handle this on my own. So big conjunctions like this take their time. So if nothing happened on the day of the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction in your house of relationships, that doesn't mean that they're not coming. That doesn't mean that the right people aren't watching you. Full body chill. If you are a public person and you do public content and you do things, like, people are watching you. They might not engage with you, but they've been seeing the longevity of what it is that you're creating, and they're very intrigued. They're not like waiting for you to like stumble or anything like that. They're just waiting for their perfect time because they follow the astrology too. We have Mercury retrograde right now over here. So I'm just talking about relationships, Scorpio, because the sun is in your house of relationships. The Jupiter-Uranus conjunction was in your house of relationships. A lot has been happening. The North Node is in your house of everyday life practical service. We just had the new moon eclipse happening in this house. Soul purpose, healing closures coming home. You're releasing. This is happening in your sleep. Sleep must be super wonky right now, or you're having the most intense dreams or no dreams at all. It feels like a bus hit you when you wake up. Your soul is just ending contracts as you sleep. Pluto and Aquarius in your house of home, my pocket of the world, cultural family roots, safety is key. You're healing ancestral stuff as you sleep. So just because you can't see the change doesn't mean that it's not happening. Now, for some of you, you've leveled up. Everyday life has changed. So much is happening and has already happened. So I need you to have a little bit of a ceremony for that older version of yourself and maybe list out the things that, and, if you're in the Patreon group, go into the toolbox to the, practical full moon release technique, and you can go check that out. And it just gives a very accessible way to kind of do some woo and integrate it, very pen and paper type stuff. So list out what the old version of you is and release that and say, I'm no longer am that version of myself. Give it to the moon. And just keep on vibing. There's a little bit of I'm just listening to my guides. Some of you are losing faith a little bit in the process. And that's a toughie to hear, Scorpio, because it's you. Some of you are losing faith in yourself, in what you've been doing. What do we know about the darkness? It is always darkest before the dawn. If you feel as though your life is crumbling and that nothing is making sense and you've been chopping wood and carrying water for so long, do little things. I am no longer this. I am no longer this. I am no longer this. And hold that ceremony for that older version of yourself. Some of you are really just saying like, prove it, Sarah, prove it, Sarah, prove it, Sarah. This happened, but then nothing happened. I did this and then nothing happened. And I did this and then nothing happened. Then look at your inner teenager. Look at your inner adolescent and tell her or him to sit down and shut the F up. Truly. Go watch Leo's video. I talk about what, like in 2021, I literally had to spend a year every day telling my inner adolescent to sit down, shut the F up, go fly out the window because you're a figment of a particle of me. You're not running the ship. You're not worried about, you don't have to worry about things, and sit down and go read Roald Dahl in a tree. Go do something else. I really am feeling for a lot of you. Some of you are really losing faith in the process, and you need a win. You really do. There's nothing that I can really say to make you feel better right now. There's nothing that I can really say that, I want to try to say some things because I want to jazz you up. Sag runs your second house of money and values and access to resources. So just by a lens alone of your natal chart, Sagittarius is like big wins and then big, not losses, but it's big time periods of money coming in and then there's a plateau. Big time periods of money coming in and then there's a plateau. Yeah, your money axis is immutable. Your relationships is run by Taurus. You're on a fixed axis. So there's some stubbornness, there's some rigidity happening here. I just lost a whole bunch of people by saying stubbornness, but that's the Taurus word, which is your house of relationships, which is something that, yes, you're integrating, but possibly over integrating. I still want you to be open. I still want you to be open to the universe blessing you. There's a lot of fixity here, and please, after you watch this, just turn off your phone and try to go cry for a few minutes and just be with yourself and love that. I love you and I'm so proud of you. There's a lot. It's like I can't even not get through to you right now, Scorpio, but there's just a lot of internal change that's happening, and if there is a need, just send me a message and I'm happy to hold space for you and just listen. And if you need to just like talk to someone and scream for 5 minutes, like just call me, please. Yeah. Because not really anyone can. I'm listening to my guides. Yeah, no one's trying to teach you anything. No one's trying to like tell you that you're not on the path, but just be open, Scorpio, just be open. I love you. I'm hugging you. And it's quite painful for some of you, what you're experiencing. So I just have to offer that, and that nobody has any idea that what you're going through is so deep and roaring. Mother and father stuff, Scorpio. I'd say for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising males, it's some mother stuff that you've really healed and released and gone through. And for my Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising females, it's a lot of father stuff. There is a gaping, roaring pain inside of there. So I'm just sending you love across time and space. Just know that you're not alone. Just, if nothing else, know that you're not alone. And it's so deep what you're healing. I love you.